Hi, Evie.
Hi, Steve.
Welcome to Art Friends Coffee. Thanks so much for joining us in our art conversations. Um, for those of you watching, Evie is a figurative painter and paints large work figuratively. You can see some of it behind her there that she's just starting and working on at the moment. Some great pieces. And today, Evie, we'd just like to ask you really how you found your artistic voice and your artistic journey.
Like most people, I started with a piece of paper and a pencil, felt pens, colouring in. And my parents often would give me the colouring by numbers books, I think often in back then to keep you quiet, to give you something to do. And I find that I used to get immersed in that and thoroughly enjoy that. It wasn't something that I felt was, boring or whatever. So I
Yeah.
just would sit and do it for hours on end. And then later in life, once my children had grown up, I decided to get back into my art. And I thought to myself, well, okay, what do I want to paint now? What do I want to do? I'd never given figurative work a go. I found that too difficult at school. I don't know why. I thought the arms, legs, hands, feet
Yeah,
just
I
wasn't
know
the
what you
thing
mean.
for me. So
I think, yeah, yeah. I mean,
I
I would share
I
that view
didn't do
actually. I
it.
think it's the thing that's, it's quite an easy thing to get wrong.
Yes.
If you know what I mean. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why. It hadn't appealed. I thought, no, I ought to give this a go. So I did. I painted people around me, painted my husband, and I thought, oh, this is coming out okay. This is fine.
Yeah,
This is
good on you.
okay.
Yeah,
So I thought, all right, I'll do a bit more. And then I thought, I've never done oils, so let's give those a go. I had to get some books out on that and learn. But after a while, I began to think, yeah, I like this. It's got a really nice creamy texture.
yeah,
Once we've got the rules, it stays dry, stays wet rather, for a long time, so you can come back to it whenever you like. And I thought, okay, this is suiting me. I like this. So I thought, okay, let's get into figurative work then. I'll be a figurative painter. So I started doing that, painting and whatever. And then after I had one young lady over to sit for me to do some modelling, and it was about several paintings in, I thought, actually, this is not really for me. I don't think I want to do this. So I thought to myself, okay, it's the story, it's the person, it's the it's the narrative that's interesting me about the person, not the portrait. And that's when it really, I thought, oh, okay, this is what I'm about. This is my voice coming.
yeah,
This is what I want to do. And I think it's a bit like a peony flower, isn't it? You've got the little bud and you're inside that. And then very slowly that bud begins to open. And I would say I'm at the point when the bud is just beginning to open, because I can feel that I know what it is I want to paint, what I want to do, where I'm coming from. And I think this is where I fit. It feels like it. This painting that I'm doing behind me is totally different to the other paintings that I've done before. I find that I
sorry.
quite like.
So I mean, it's interesting to listen to that as a journey because everything you sort of, you're highlighting an evolution. And the
Yes,
thing that you're still evolving. The thing that you're working on now is different again to what you've done
yes,
before. Right.
yes. I think that I haven't quite got there yet. I think it's still coming.
You think you'll know when you get
And
there?
yes, because I didn't think I knew it before. Well, I didn't know it before, and I
Yeah.
didn't know what I was at. And now it feels like I do. And I find that I quite like things from literature. Literature is my inspiration source. I'll get an idea and something that is a character or a position or a place that they're in, and I think, oh, what would they be like today? What would they be doing? How would they look? And that sparks an idea off. And then a painting comes, and then I scribble stuff down, and then and then it begins to bloom. It does evolve on the way. What I have originally in my mind invariably is not what ends up on the canvas or on the thing. But I think a voice is a personal
is that
thing.
thing where you're not quite sure what it is, but you'll know it when you see it?
Yes. I kind of feel that whereas I started off not knowing what I wanted to do, and it was, who am I? What do I want to paint? What do I want to say? And I think they're all, sometimes we don't know that. And then when we start to try a few ideas and a few things, we find sometimes it's what doesn't suit rather than what does suit. And you think, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. That I don't like that. And then you finally think, actually, I like this. I want to do more of that. And then it begins to unfold. And I think when you begin to think and see a pattern and a style that you can see, because I think there's biology in this. I think it's something to do with the head and the hands, the way that the thought process comes through. Because in my head, I have an idea of what I want to paint, but when it comes out actually on the canvas, it's not quite, because that's my hand and my head giving me whatever it is that I can paint on the paper. And so therefore you see that in future paintings. You can see my brush stroke, you can see the way that I attack it, the way that I'm thinking, and that gives me, I think, then my individual voice. I think you can see that with other painters, other artists. They've got like
a sort of consistency to the style, you mean?
Yeah.
That's really well put. I liked that. That kind of resonates with me. Can I ask, when you so for like, for example, the painting behind you, do you get a model to model for you, and you kind of, as you're imagining it, and then you're drawing it from them, or do you use kind of photographic references, or how do you manage that?
I get the idea in my head first, and then I use models as part of my creative process. I go on Purple Port. I'm a member of Purple Port, and I put out a casting, and I've got a few now selection of models that I work with on a regular basis, and I usually tell them what the painting is about. Sometimes I'm quite specific. I say, oh, can you stand like this, or can you do this one? This particular painting here is of Arida the shapeshifter, and you can find her on Instagram, and she's absolutely amazing. And you can say to her, this painting, I pretty much left her to, I gave her a brief, and then she did several poses. In fact, she did 1,010 for me, which took me ages to work through.
So do you tell her about the character?
Yes. Yes. I say to her the look I'm going for. I tell her the style, what my intention is, and then like I was saying to her, I wanted sort of hands reaching through, because this was very much coming through the painting. So she did me quite a few poses like that, and then basically I went through all the poses on there, and then I shortlist them. And then I play with them as well. I turn them, I twist them for ages. And then I use an art graph, and I spend at least 3 or 4 days twisting, playing with the pictures and the shapes, because if I had to draw that out, it would take me forever. So I twist them, play with them, and whittle them down to a handful. And then once I've got the shapes that I want, I then draw them and put them up onto the canvas.
That's fascinating.
So yes, that's how they do it.
Really brilliant. Evie, thanks so much. I've loved listening to you talk about your journey, and really interesting to hear about how you go about constructing your paintings as well. I hope that was of use to you at home, and I hope you found it as interesting as I did. If you did, please give us a like, a follow, and a subscribe. We're on Instagram, and we're also on YouTube, in both places as art.friends.coffee, at art.friends.coffee. We'd be very grateful. Thanks for any support that you can give us. And Evie, thanks so much. I look forward to chatting to you again in the next video.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks.